How's it going, guys? Equal here, and welcome to another Duel Links video. Today I'm going to be running over the deck that I'm currently using to farm Chazz at level 40. It's super duper simple, it's not too expensive. You can probably make it if you spend a little bit of time in the game, but I'm going to go over the deck right now and show you what it's all about. So, this deck, as you can see in the top right hand corner, consists of simple-ish cards. We've got, it focuses around Dark Paladin, because it completely negates the effects of Lightning Vortex, and you can stop level up, so he can't get his Armed Dragon level 10 out. On top of that, because it keeps gaining attack once you have dragons on the field or in the graveyard, he can't, if he ends up getting his level 7 Armed Dragon out, he can't actually destroy this monster because its attack will be too high. So that's really, really, really good. So it focuses around getting Dark Paladin out, so we've got 3 Polys, 3 Dark Magish, Classic Gravekeeper's Vassal, Union, Secret Pass. You'll need those in any standard farming deck. I put in an Anti-Magic because he tends to clog up his back row. You don't necessarily need this card, but we'll go over replacements and stuff later. Then I just have Fusion Substitutes, so Beast King of the Swamp, 3 the Dark Hexil Fusions, and then cards to farm out your Dark Magician and your Polymerization. So it's super duper simple, it's not too expensive. I have Fusion Gate in here as well because you're not always going to get Polymerization in the first opening hand. But considering that 6 out of your 20 cards are well, actually, I should say not 6 to 20, never mind. You want to lead off with at least one of, or preferably 2 of these, and then 1 of these, but it's not the end of the world. Obviously there are replacements, and I'll go over them at the end of the video, but for now I'm going to just jump into a replay and show you guys how well this deck works. So, let's get that down there. I'm using Crowler with Beatdown, purely because it just gives that little bit of extra kick if you don't want to kill all of his monsters. So, I don't know why my game just glitched out there. But it did. And we're fine now. So we're good. So this is against level 40 Chazz, I should point out. It does work against level 30 because level 30 is just easier. But yields. So we lead off with a perfect opening hand. We've got Dark Magician, Polymerization, and Beast King, so we can just get Dark Magician or Dark Paladin out turn 1. And that is exactly what you want. Because if you get it out turn 1, then it just basically destroys. You want the bigger, or the earlier you get it out, sorry, the better chance you'll have at winning and successfully farming it. And I only have 1, so I have just 1 in the deck, but you only need 1, hence it's not too expensive to build. A lot of the cards that you need for this deck are just in the card trader. So Blue Dragon Summoner, Poly's in the card trader, stuff like that. So he just Lightning Vortexes, and this is probably the most scary card in the deck, in my opinion. Everything else you can deal with. Lightning Vortex is the one that's very scary, because it can just destroy your monsters. So that's the main reason why we have Dark Paladin in here, because we can just negate it and negate it and negate it. It also works with his level up, as you will see soon. You don't want him to get his Armed Dragon out and then level up, because as soon as he does, he can just level up and level up. And if he gets Armed Dragon level 10 out, which he has in the deck, that's a problem. Armed Dragon level 7 is not so much a problem, but level 10 is. So you don't want that to happen. But anyway, at this point, I have my Dark Paladin out. I'm just going to sit there and click end turn for the entire rest of the duel, because I don't need to do anything. Like, all I'm doing is drawing more Dark Magicians and Polymerizations, which I don't need. I'm going to end up just sacking them as time goes on. I went ahead and put an Anti-Magic in here, like halfway, because it's prismatic, and you get prismatic points for that. So it's not bad. Obviously Blazeman is in there in case you don't have Polymerization in your opening hand, and you do in this. It just helps me out a little bit quicker. Let's see, here we go. He's going to level up his Armed Dragon level 5, and I don't want that to happen. I'd rather he just not. So I just sack a poly, and level up is gone. And on top of that, his Armed Dragon is now in the grave. Fantastic. That's great. That's awesome. And again, all we're doing here is just sitting and waiting until the final turn. Now, I put in 2 shards. I put in 2 shard of greeds. You don't need them, as long as you don't attack into his monsters. If you don't attack into his monsters and you go second, you will deck out at the same time. Or you will deck out one turn before him. Because as long as it's this card that you have the issue with. Because Master Dragon allows him to special summon a card from his deck straight to the field. And also level up. Now level up isn't an issue because we can negate it. But this thing, if you keep on attacking into it, then it'll go to the grave and he'll just mill out cards from his deck. So you don't want to do that. And right now we're coming to the end of the duel. I whack down a shard because I have it. I have it in the hand. And I have it just in time to pull out all the rest of my cards. So here I'm just going to summon my Gravekeeper's Vassal, Secret Pass, and then Union. I play the Shard of Greed just because it's prismatic and I like it. I don't need to because I already have another prismatic Shard of Greed, but that's just what you do. As you can see, his back row is fully clogged, so this is the perfect time to activate anti-magic arrows. I had beat down on here just for that little bit of extra boost, just in case Dark Paladin doesn't quite have 500 attack, or 5,000 attack. It will. And if it doesn't, your 700 attack on Gravekeeper's Vassal times 2 is 1400. It's going to be fine. But you just Union, Secret Pass, and down he goes. And I got another Armed Dragon level 10 from this drop. This is a constant 8,000 points. So that's really, really super good. That's very, very, very good. So, yeah. So as replacements go, I would say if you want to play super duper safe, you don't need 2 shards. You can swap them in for more fusion monsters. Like Visago and Mystical Sheep, which is not here for some reason. There it is. That's if you want to play it super safe. Again, if you don't want to put in too many fusion substitute monsters, you can get rid of one and maybe put in another Blue Dragon Summoner. Like that. Anti-magic, I suppose you don't need. All of, like, this card you can get rid of, and this card you can get rid of for other things like Fusion Sage and Fusion Recycling Plant. Just stuff to mill out poly from your deck. I don't have those, so I'm going to whack these back in. And on top of that, the Prismatic is nice. You will need Dark Paladin. You will need Dark Magicians. You can get rid of these 3 for Buster Blader. I don't have Buster Blader, so I can't put it in, but the Hex works just fine, as well as any other fusion material monsters. You have a lot of options and versatility with this deck. You can run it with any skill. I use Beatdown for that little bit of extra boost at the end. You don't need it. But yeah, this is essentially how the deck works. It's not too complicated. It's not too hard. I put in shards just in case you do attack and he mills out some cards from his deck. Plus, it helps you mill out faster so he doesn't get all of the cards in his hand, so he can't do everything that he wants. But that is pretty much the deck. It's not too difficult. You can get these from the card trader. This is in an old box. I forget where I get these. I think they're from the card trader as well. You'll get Dark Magicians easily. You don't need Fusion Gate as long as you have some other form of milling out poly. And obviously if you don't want to do Union Attack, Gravekeeper's Vassal, you can chuck in a Piranha Army. And get a Secret Pass as well. Oh, not a Secret Pass, sorry, I'm talking about, what's that card called? Gift of the Martyr. And if you do that, because you have an extra space in the deck list, I would recommend probably just whacking in another Blue Dragon Summoner to mill out those Dark Magicians, because you have more fusion substitute monsters than you do Dark Magicians in your deck. Plus, having these on the field can outstore for an extra turn. So that's the deck. It's pretty simple. It's not too expensive. It's not too hard to build, I think. But that's just me. That's just me. So right now I'm going to go over the drop rewards from Chazz, and I'm going to tell you what I think of them. I don't think any of them are completely revolutionary, to be honest. I will be running some of these decks though. I already have 2 Iron Dragon level 10s in my inventory, I suppose, so that's fine. So Iron Dragon level 10 card cannot be normal summoned or set, cannot be special summoned except by tributing 1 Iron Dragon level 7. You can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard to destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. So it's similar to Leviathan Dragon. I don't think this is that good. Reason being, it's very difficult to get out. 3000 attack is good, but we have so many other cards that are just better. Like, the summoning conditions for this are so harsh that you're never going to get it out. You're going to get Iron Dragon level 7 out, for sure, which we now have the opportunity to use, because we didn't have it before. But it's got a better effect, but it's so hard to get out. I don't think it's going to see any competitive play. Maybe a little bit in meme decks. It's not going to be any higher than C tier. I hate to say it, but it's not. What you going to do? VWXYZ Dragon Catapult Cannon is a mix of VW Tiger Catapult and XYZ Dragon Cannon, which is very specific summoning conditions. So obviously this is one of those cards that you don't need polymerization for. It's just a tank fusion. But the problem is that you can't, and this is a problem that I've had while trying to run XYZ Dragon Cannon in the past, is that you can't tag in cards as freely as you want. So for example, I can't send in an X Dragon Cannon and a Y Catapult Head, or whatever the thing's called, and then fuse those 2 together, and then fuse that fusion monster with a Z. It doesn't quite work like that, and that's the main drawback of this card. If it worked like that, it'd be fine, but it doesn't. So for this, you'll have to get VW Tiger Catapult out second, essentially meaning that you need to get X, Y, and Z all out on the field, then tag fusion them, then get V and W out on the field, then tag fusion those, and then tag fusion this card out. Could be wrong, but as far as that's my understanding of the card. So that's how you do. Once per turn, remove from play 1 card your opponent controls. When this card attacks, you can change the battle position of 1 attack target. So it's got a really, really good effect. The problem is the summoning conditions is so bad. It's not going to see any competitive play. This is probably worse than Iron Dragon, I would say. That's just me, though, from my understanding of the card. Lancer Lindworm, 1800 attack beta with piercing. Great. That could be used in any dragon deck. It's nice and standard. And I think that's everything that we've seen that's new. Iron Dragon level 7 is fine. Again, summoning conditions are just bad, so it's not going to see any play. And this we already had access to from regular Chazz. So that's going to be it for the deck today. I wanted to go ahead and make this because obviously Chazz came out this morning, and it's a nice thing to get out there. And my cat just walks into the room. Hello. But yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to click the like button because it tells me that I'm doing a good job and that you guys want to see more. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. So thank you guys, and I will talk to you later.